What's happening, YouTube? It's K-Mega405 live from the 405, where I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers. Now, as you've seen, we were all graced by its magnificent, most powerful gaming list for 2017, in which that was the PlayStation 4 games list. Look, I'm beyond words. I really am. For all the crossover, for all the rhetoric that's been going on from the day of the PlayStation experience till now. And after seeing the list, I can only just think of one thing.
What did you do? What did you prove? What did you do? Bitch ass nigga, what did you do? What did you prove? What did you do? Bitch ass nigga, what did you do?
So this list of games is what everybody has been acting a fool over in these gaming streets, have been tripping out, have been overstepping the bounds, being habitual line steppers over that list. Okay, let me just be honest, right? It is a mediocre list. It's a above average list. It's got some good games in it, no doubt. There are some games in there that I definitely would play, but there also are games that I would not give a damn about. But at the end of the day, if PlayStation Nation is accepting to this games list and they're excited about it, they're very happy, they feel that there's nothing that can be improved, then by all means, have at it. I just don't want to hear any more excuses about Microsoft. Xbox needs to do better. They need to bring more this, more that, when all I've seen from the PlayStation 4 this generation is the same thing. This list is just more filler. It's not a lot of big boy AAA games. It's a couple in there. It's not the major old school games that people want from PlayStation that comes back to be a AAA. That's what I'm talking about. PlayStation needs to do better. PlayStation needs to step it up, because that list, it's better than it has been, but that's not saying too much. But of course, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of feedback from that, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. See if you agree, if you don't. But on to the other news. I was having a discussion with a couple of people yesterday regarding the whole AMD, the new Zen tech that's coming out or whatever from AMD, the CPU, the GPU, and it's been kind of like averaged out between $400 to $600 a piece. So you look at it like maybe $1,100-$1,200 worth of tech. And so the person was like, you know, you Xbots are stupid to think that Scorpio is going to cost that much. It's going to be one of the two. It's the tech is not going to live up to the hype because it's going to be cheaper. It's not going to be what everybody thinks it is, or that the system's going to be around $700 to $900. Ridiculous. See, the one thing about PC stuff, especially with tech, is that it depreciates. The value goes down quickly because there's always new stuff coming out. Now, it's high tech and it's fantastic at this stuff. It thinks for itself. It runs it runs your clock. It speeds for whatever it wants to use. It's really smart, really crazy, high tech stuff. But there's a difference from a PC to a console. See, with the PC, if you want to upgrade, you got to do it yourself. You just got to buy new hardware, and you want to implement new software, whatever. You got to do it yourself. But with consoles, over time, the developer works on that, and the stuff that they put in there will be custom made. So just think about last generation and about how like Halo 4 looked, and even Gears Judgment. I mean, a lot of people didn't like it, but the game looked fantastic. I mean, and then you look at like The Last of Us, and other games. God of War Ascension, good God, looked fantastic. Towards the end of the generation, games looked fantastic. Then it wasn't a huge leap for, going into this gen because those games look so good. The developers still needed to figure out and work on this tech. Even though the tech is supposed to be simple, all this and all that, they still need to work because these things are custom made. And over time, you'll start seeing these games still look better and better and better. That happens with every console that's out there. So what I'm not understanding is that you have a year. That stuff is going to lose some value. I mean, just look at that new AMD card. I've seen them to where they're like $140. It was $200, very cheap. You know, this is what AMD is trying to do. They're trying to corner the market and see what Nvidia and Intel is going to do, because they're trying to win that way by making something affordable. Take a loss to get the gain. I feel that Microsoft is going that, or Xbox is going that direction with the Scorpio. Take the hit now, but gain so much later. Because once the resolution babies and all the people out there that talks about power and they see true power, and then people talk about the 4K, blah, 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 blah. Once they see all of that, by the time that the Scorpio comes out, 4K televisions will be down in price. There will be a lot more people buying 4K televisions. And then you have these games that will be launched with this system. The possibilities are endless. It could be a really fascinating thing for Microsoft. And then another fantastic thing for Microsoft, potentially, this is a rumor, but Microsoft, read some articles that Microsoft is in talks of wanting to buy Crytek. Now, look, that would be so huge. That would change everything. Because not only Microsoft would own CryEngine, but they own Havoc. You would be talking about some crazy power moves, and the opportunities would be endless, just for the mere fact that, let's just say that they were in love with a certain game, like Phil was in love with Inside, and then they wanted to use the Havoc engine or the Crytek engine. Good night. I mean, that's like going way next level stuff. And then, of course, you know, they have, Microsoft has Beam, they got that cloud service, they have the best online. I mean, you just would be absolutely top notch. Then as an added bonus, you would get IPs. You would get games like Crysis and Warface, Far Cry, that's the big one. And then like other games that they've had like Hunt, you know, just other different little games that I don't think anybody really care about. I think they made a VR game as well. But if Microsoft acquired Crytek, it would change the game in so many levels. And if they can't acquire Crytek, just lock down the Rise game as an exclusive for your own, and just hire the developers, because I'm pretty sure they're sick of not getting paid. So if you hire the developers, get the Rise franchise and have them work on it on the Havoc engine, I still think it's a win-win regardless. Can't just sit on your hands with this one. You have to make some move, Microsoft. This is just too good of an opportunity, and you never know unless you try. So I'm pretty sure that there's some probably discussions, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. Everybody have a good one. Peace.
I bought the funky Nikes, got the hat to match. I bought the funky Nikes, got the hat to match. I got a funky style with a funky swag. I got a funky style with a funky swag. And when I kill 'em with the flow,